I can smell your old money.
My old money? A lot of people think that somebody's making my music, or she's just lucky, or she just wants fame. You're not real. That you just want fame.
Are you 금수저?
No.
어? 아, 자수성가 스타일. 나나나나나. Okay.
타임레스를 추구하는 사람이기 때문에 저는 옛날 노래 되게 좋아하거든요. 저희 엄마 아빠가 자주 기타 치시면서 부르면서 그런 노래를 들으면서 자랐고, 옛날 것을 지금 살아가는 세대에서 보는 관점으로 다시 푸는 게 제가 잘하는 부분이 아닌가라고. 나중에 10년, 20년이 지나더라도 내 노래가 유행 타지 않게 그때 들어도 좋았으면 좋겠다라는 마인드로 노래를 만듭니다. I was always interested in music, you know. I was one of those kids like putting the Walkman in my pants, you know, like, and then dancing around. And I used to be wanted to be a singer when I was really, really young, but my parents wanted me to be a doctor or a professor, just like every Asian other parents. Say hi. 보이지가 않네. And I was not doing really well in Korea, and I was not a good kid. I was a rebel. And my parents were like, I don't see her future here. You need to go to London to study English at least. And then I went to London when I was 15 alone.
Alone?
My parents were still in Incheon, and they hired guardian to look after me because I was underage.
I've been living here since I was 15. You know Croydon? I grew up there and used to have like fake cornrows and fake tans.
I was already quite a rebel. And my parents were like, we can't deal with this kid anymore. So after 3 years, my parents was like, stop making everyone's life difficult, come back to Korea. And I tried to go to school in Korea, but it was just not possible because they were studying like 17 hours a day. So I was like, not for me. So I told my parents I would love to go back to London. And they said, if you prove me, we will send you. So I started preparing my portfolio on my own. I used to draw a lot. And I sent my application to London College of Fashion University, and I got into foundation degrees. And I went back in 2011. When I was a fashion student, I wanted to be a stylist. Then I realized I love styling myself, and I thought I would be good at it. But I realized styling other people is a different story. And one, I don't enjoy. Two, I suck. I was actually pretty lucky realizing that's something I wasn't good at. When I came to London, I started going out with my college friends. First time I heard deep house music, tech house, all this music. And I never really got a chance to listen to that kind of music in Korea. I used to listen to all the hip hop to EDM to trap and everything. So I was like, wow, I really enjoy this. And I'm like looking at the DJ, I wish I can be there one day. But I didn't have a connection from the beginning. So I realized you need to put yourself out there. And I started going out every weekend. My hobby was looking at resident advisor, who's playing where. And I realized I was so into this. Fuck, I want to do music. And I started practicing my DJing skill with a little CDJ. And I was going out pretty much every weekend. And through that, I met people, and I met people who does party and DJs.
So LVK to me is a movement created by a bunch of friends from France.
For me, LVK is more like a creative space where people can express themselves.
And through that, I got my first gig to do a every Thursday party in East London. When I got into this DJ, I was like, okay, this is making my heart go like this all the time. I wanted to get into more. So I started sending CVs to like record store and labels. I never got a reply. But at the same time, I met this guy at the club called Corsica Studio. We became Facebook friends. So he texted me, hey, I see that you're collecting records. It doesn't look like it's a hobby. Are you interested in learning production too? And I was like, sure. I was like, with my eyes red, I was just doing music for 24 hours. As soon as I'd taken lessons, I'd stopped going to university. That's why I failed the course. And my parents didn't let me come back. And I had to stay in London to pass this course. But yeah, that was the time I realized that fashion wasn't my thing. And I discovered music at the same time. The reason why I was in London was to go to university. But after, when I finished the course, I had no reason to stay there anymore, but I wanted to do music. And my parents were like, oh, you wanted to do fashion, and now you want to do music, what's next? So they thought I was keep on changing it. And because when I was at university, I had no money, so it was them who was supporting me. So when I told them I want to go to Berlin, they were like, for what? But even though there's up and down, they never really stopped me doing what I want to. So I really appreciate that. So I moved to Berlin. Forget about all this fashion stuff. I wanted to focus on music.
뮤직 시티로 베를린에 친구들이 좀 있었는데 방문을 할 때마다 베를린 너무 좋은 시간을 제가 보내더라고요. 그것도 그렇고.
Speck of dust on your coffee cup. I can't see the light. I can't see the light.
You are Daniel Wang? He used to be a lovely neighbor.
Escape the night, and I wonder as the world goes down when answers to the call will go right.
He's my piano teacher. That's Massimo.
Who's there? Hello, yeah.
And every time you say goodbye, I think to myself, could this be it for me and you?
And I just wanted to ask about Berlin, like how much has it inspired your music and production style? Because I feel like your sound maybe changed a little bit post-Berlin.
100%.
In the very beginning, when I was making my demo, I was rushing, meaning I wanted to put something out there. But if I listen to all my demo, it sounds shit. My first music got rejected on the labels. It doesn't happen like that, you know? I send it to these people and that people. I never got a reply. My WeTransfer was expired. And I realized I have to learn more about it. So I decided to take a jazz piano lesson. And through that, I was learning some jazz chord, pentatonic scale, also house chord, you know, like really important chord that you need to learn to make house music, basically. At the same time, I got a Facebook message from the record store owner saying, hey, I see that you moved to Berlin. Do you want to work there? And then I was working every day there by getting €5 per hour. My first year was all about working at the record store, working on music in my house, Berghain every Sunday. That was my life. And that really upgraded me. You know, I learned so much through record store and learning so many labels and new artists and going out. I met so many people. And a lot of people I met was from music industry. So that's how I was building connections. I remember when I made the first track, I used to send it to so many people, like to get advice and to get feedback. And I got a lot of negative feedback too. They used to say, this track does not sound like it's finished. This track needs this track needs that. Your music sounds too polished. One of my mentors told me, don't rush anything. Once it's ready, you're gonna know it's ready. And I think that was one of the best advice I got, because as soon as I stopped taking my time, like maybe, I need to chill. And you will know it when it's ready.
So with records, I mean,
I'm always looking for the oddballs, the outsiders. I mean, we've worked with artists such as like Nina Kravitz. You know, she's quite unique. So I'm always looking for music that's maybe outside of the box. But then again, with some of the techno releases we're doing, I'm just looking for stuff that's, you know, just going to be amazing on the dance floor. So, and it doesn't really matter where it's come from or who's made it. So.
And this is how I started.
You were the first female Korean DJ ever to play at Berghain.
Yeah.
How did it feel when you stepped into the booth there for the first time?
I remember I had to stop several times walking. I was living very close to the Panorama Bar that time, so I could walk. But that walk, I had to stop like 5 times because I was so nervous.
Really?
I still have the photo of me in the elevator looking like, I don't know.
It wasn't easy in the beginning. There are a lot of guys. I'm crossed like this. In front of my DJ booth, I'm trying to DJ, and they're like looking at me like, let me see what you got. You know, like they used to do that. And I'm like, okay, I will show you what I got. And in the beginning, I must say, I had a complex. The thing is, before I was DJ, I was also more into get involved in fashion scene in Korea. And I used to do this Korean TV. And it's about little holding the camera. I just basically take camera everywhere I go and just filming myself. And I send a video and they like edited, and it was always on the TV. And because of how I dress up, because how I present myself on Instagram or whatever, they think she doesn't know music, she's not serious. I still get shit from people saying, oh, she's just an Instagrammer. You know, like I still get that. I have faced a lot of fake rumors. A lot of people think that somebody's making my music, or she's just lucky, or she just wants fame. Hi guys, for those who ask about the post, yes, I've seen it. It surprised me he feels such a hate, because we used to be friends a long time ago. He could have called me. He used to be a lovely neighbor.
Fucking sexy. No, it's dirty. Berlin is dirty.
And today I'm his assistant. Should I bring you a coffee or anything?
That coffee was really good, actually.
Right? Mm-hmm. If you want another one, just let me know. 맛있어? Say that. Coffee 맛있어?
Coffee 맛있어.
What I will say is that our relationship changed ever since I defended myself. I didn't think it was a major disagreement, but he did. Next time I saw him, he was hostile towards me. Sure, I can be difficult sometimes. I never said I'm perfect, but I'm not the type of person who has been described. And I will never regret standing up for myself. Life is too short to care about those people who are giving me negative feedback. My job is focusing on my supporters, people who believe in me. So people can talk shit. I can't change them. I cannot change them, but I can change how to accept them. I like to surprise people, and I also like to prove something wrong. Don't we all love the feeling when you prove someone wrong?
My left has not had a fair shake at a boiler room yet. We had her on in New York, this didn't quite go to plan, and we needed her back in the best environment possible.
Dekmantel Boiler Room also helped me step up my game.
Peggy Gou in the boiler room at Dekmantel 2017. Let's do it.
Today is kind of a big day for me because in my track, It Makes You Forget, Ghana has been nominated for Track of the Year. And thank you, Ninja Tune, and thank you, my team.
There was a time that I used to play 5 people. people. And now it's more than 5,000.
Hi again. I get butterfly because I'm so excited and nervous at the same time.
My new single, It Goes Like Na Na Na, is finally out.
She released one of the songs of the summer, It Goes Like Na Na Na, which landed in the top 10 last year. And she also won the Dance Track of the Year at the Radio 1 Dance Awards with that very track.
I really need to congratulate winning on BBC Radio 1 Dance Awards!
Last year was a massive summer for you. 2023, Na Na Na. Banger was everywhere. How did it feel to get such a good response from that tune?
It's crazy. I still can't get over it. I mean, the fact that I did not expect this reaction, obviously.
Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. I work very hard to be here.